to the 24-hour unnamed extra life stream. I thought about allowing people to name the stream, but I feel like that's not as fun.
Oh.
So, guess we're in the bar, which has a very familiar jazz player in it.
Dungeons and Harambe's would be what it's called.
Yeah, right. Never mind. I was gonna say in a game I played on the weekend, I fought Harambe. It was one of
Oh, jeez.
Anyway.
Hey, in a game I played this summer, we worked with Trump.
I was enslaved in the same game. I'm enslaved by Trump.
Yeah, we were working for someone that was building a wall around his city.
Yeah, we were trying to make Kings County great again. We were enslaved by Trump, and then we just ran into Hillary Clinton, who was a pirate. I don't know. It was weird. It's a weird game. I'm gonna not go into that. So as Scarlet left, Rurik and Ash are sitting there, and Robin says, "Well, we do have two additional people recruits or allies, I should say, that are going to aid you on your journey north to track down this dragon egg." And as she does, she gestures to a door behind her that opens, and out walking out two characters. One being a wood elf, which, Amy, I'm going to have you describe your character to the group.
He is kind of a normal length of wood elf, slender, with bright red hair and eyes that look they can pierce your soul. They're yellow. And she kind of looks around, unsure where she needs to go, and then until she finds the group that has been before, and Ice is not sure if that's who she is for.
Okay. And again, Amy, this is also potential as a wood elf and a hermit to join the Emerald Enclave and become a member of society that deals with making sure nature is preserved. This would be an opportunity for you as well. Just to throw it out there.
Yep.
And then, Gozero, why don't we have you introduce, because your character, for those of you who don't know, this is a homebrew but more accepted because Matt Mercer made it class. Why don't we have you just give us the whole rundown, everybody. Let them know what's going on.
Sure. So, as a younger-looking human kind of walks out, he's wearing a leather trench coat. His left hand is tucked into a pocket. And being left-handed, it's kind of weird because his sword is on his right-hand side. He's got a streak of gray going through the right side of his head, or his hair. But his hair is tinted black, shorter. He kind of has this unsettling gaze to him. At first glance, he looks pretty fearsome, but if you continue to look, there is remnants of human in him. So he's got some creepy-looking eyes, to say the least. mystery shrouded behind his eyes.
Creepy eyes crew right now. Everybody's got weird eyes. So, you both... oh, sorry. Amy, what is your character's name? Because I don't know what it is.
Oh, the either.
Nothing like not knowing your character name as you start playing. She goes by no name. They just call her the Hermit.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
I found it. There it is.
Oh, yes, Drusilla, right, or Leah for short. That's right.
Short.
So, you see a pale, glowy, green-eyed, almost elven-looking ranger in front of you in a long brown duster with frost themes on it, apparently. And next to her is a hill dwarf wearing extremely shiny plate mail with a shield and a warhammer, who has unsettling gray eyes. And Robin kind of looks to the four of you and says, well, I will leave you to get acquainted. We don't know how long ago the thief was, when they left, but again, recent reports say they're heading north, so hopefully you'll be able to track them down soon enough. And she kind of like walks and heads back like in the back room, then leaves you to discuss as you will.
Thief, you say?
Yes.
What sort of manner of thief?
That is a good question. He's stolen a dragon's egg, and he or she, or whoever it is, and I plan to get it back.
But we don't have any sort of description?
No, all I know is they're heading north.
Why is it that you seek this egg?
It's one of those things I've been drawn to ever since I was little. And I vowed to guard it. And I'm afraid if it falls into the wrong hands, something bad is going to happen.
Okay, I can get this.
I can definitely get behind that cause. I'm Alistair, by the way. Alistair Hale.
Pleased to meet you.
The name is Lucilla. You can call me Leah for short. It might be easier for some.
Nice to meet you.
Do you know where we headed north?
Is it Spine of the World that we're heading?
Yeah, well, that's the northernmost mountain range where giants tend to. There's a lot of cloud giants, frost giants, storm giants, all kind of live towards the northern area of the realms. Excuse me. So, knowing that giants hate dragons, they had a long-standing war, and the giants, the king of the giants, King Hecaton, was quite upset that no giants stepped up to try to smite down the cult of the dragon when they were attempting to raise Tiamat from the Nine Hells centuries before. None of the giants stepped in to try and aid the small folk, meaning humans and the like. They just sat idly by while that happened, and that didn't sit well with him, so he actually broke the ordning, which is a caste system that the giants have set into place that basically says, out of all the kinds of giants, storm giants are of the highest caliber, and hill giants are the weakest, and everybody else falls in between. It's their social structure, and that's kind of the way things have been for centuries. And he just got so pissed that nobody stepped up to do anything. He said, well, forget this, and broke... I'm doing this like it's a rod. It's not. Broke the ordning completely, destroying it, sending giant kind and giant social systems into disarray completely. So, with that happening and giants' hatred for dragons, you would kind of think that it's a possibility that some giant, maybe a lesser giant, or not, would try to take a dragon egg and corrupt it as kind of to get them under their power to sort of help, maybe it's a lower caste dragon or lower caste giant that wants to unseat, storm giants to become the king of, like, that race become the king of giants, things like that. So there's a lot of reasons why potentially giants would want this dragon egg. It's not necessarily true that giants did take it, but that would give you an idea, at least, of something you might be looking for.
And I say all that.
There you go. I'm going to put my fan on over here. It's pretty hot sitting in this chair under these lights. So, that's what you've got. Not a lot to go on.
What time is it?
It is lunchtime. As I eat food in real life.
Shall we head out now, or wait until morning?
Well, if they're already heading there now, it might be best to head as fast as we can.
And I point to Warwick, and he'll also be coming with us. His name's Warwick.
Nice to meet you.
Alistair nods.
Then you guys see, a holy symbol of Talus, which is, you guys are all familiar in the base deities of the Forgotten Realms, so you know most of them. So Talus as a cleric is a little weird for you as like a healer, kind of not making the most sense, but you've seen all types. All of your eyes alone attest to how strange things happen at sometimes. So
Yeah.
But you notice a holy symbol, you know that he is a cleric, so you know at the very least that you'll have healing on your side, in one form or another.
Seeing that, Alistair kind of smirks and closes his eyes a little bit and shakes his head and is heading towards the door.
Alright, so do you guys head out? Is there anything, again, I'm giving this option to everybody, whenever they play, you're in a city, is there anything else you want to get before you head out? You have your items and your gold that you already have. Is there anything that you guys would like to pick up specifically while you're here, or look for anything particularly?
No, I'm good.
I
Yeah.
need some diamond for revivifying. I forgot to fly them earlier.
Okay. I'm gonna eat this real quick. You need diamonds for Revivify, you said?
Yeah.
And how many did you want, and what value did you need?
I can only get one, and it has to be 300 gold pieces.
Ooh, yikes.
That's a
Wow.
prescription.
For Revivify?
Yeah, that's what Revivify said.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I'm just gonna double check it and make sure. Because I feel like I know Raised Dead is higher, but I'm just gonna give you a quick double check. Yeah, 300. Alright, so I'm gonna say for the sake of time, since we lost a little bit at the beginning there with all the donation talk, you find a jeweler, and you kind of basically guilt the jeweler and saying, this is to save lives. And then he's like, okay, and he hands you, take 300 gold out of your inventory, and you have one 300 gold value diamond. So, with that, Robin will have replenished your mounts, unless any of you guys, end up getting crazy mounts donated to you, which is entirely possible. We saw Jericho, the Mastiff, that might get turned into Fenrir, possibly. Who knows? So, you guys start heading out on the road. It's after lunch. It is a time of day, which is lunchtime, which I said already, but let's check the weather. Wait, it was sunny on the way in. It's sunny! Hey, how about that? It's the same day.
That works.
So, no storm on the horizon that you see currently.
No blizzard.
Not yet. Don't put it past me. It's all in the tables in my fancy book. We'll find out. You never know. So, you guys start heading out north, and, you're moving at a normal pace. The trick of it is, that from where you are in Daggerford, the spine of the world is... I'm going to need a ruler for this, because this is... Here we go. Or a Pokemon gift card thing. We'll use that. It's a good...
No, not the Pokemans.
It's about 500 miles to the spine of the world. So it's a trek. We're going to say roughly, without pushing the horses to exhaustion, we'll say you can travel 20 miles a day on horseback. I think that's reasonable. If you wanted to push the horses, you could, but it's going to catch up to you, though. So after a few days of pushing the horses, you're going to have to basically take a day of nothing but rest. So with a distance this long, it doesn't make sense to push them. If you're trying to catch somebody or something like that, and you're trying to get a short distance, maybe. Or if you have magical means of travel, which I don't believe any of you do at this point. Actually, I don't think any of you, the three of you or four of you, aren't going to get any. I don't think. No. So, you start heading out, and again, you got a ride ahead of you. But there are several towns that you can stop at along the way. Again, you already came from Waterdeep once, which is about a 2 days ride. North of Waterdeep is the town of Thornhold or Amphale. There's Red Larch and Phandalin. And I'm just telling you towns that are off the main path, so that you're not going out of your way. You could always try to head off into the woods for one reason or another if you thought I thought it called for it. And then much further to the north, you have the town of Neverwinter, which is a much larger town. And for anybody that's been, or if you haven't, it's probably going to be the largest town you've ever seen, and literally you can find anything there. So keep that in mind. But for right now, why don't you give me
Anything.
yeah, anything. Believe me. Yes, anything. So you're heading north. Do you have a heading that you want to head specifically towards, Light, since you're kind of the leader of this group? No pressure or anything. Don't screw it up.
No pressure, right?
You're at.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. I want to find this egg, so I'm gonna, whatever Robin told me, I'm gonna go towards that way.
Okay, so we'll just continue on the tradeway, which is you can at least get back to Waterdeep where you were before it splits off into two different paths. So there's one straight road, and we'll just take that north for now. So that's fine. You also know that if you were to get to maybe Waterdeep, if not Waterdeep, Neverwinter, you could probably enlist the services of a caster of some kind, some sort of arcanist, to possibly scry this egg to see what gets you some idea of what's around it. And
That'd
that
probably
might,
be good.
that might help you out, possibly, because that's beyond all four of your means. I can't speak to who's coming in later because I don't know what their characters are going to be. So maybe then, but right now it's outside of your means of magical capabilities. So, yeah. Well, you know what? Let's get you to Waterdeep, and you can look for an arcanist there. If not, Neverwinter will have one, and that will give you at least an idea of where you need to go.
Okay.
So we're gonna head on the road. We'll say, you guys are riding. You guys are more than welcome to roleplay or talk at all if you want. In the 4 hours before you kind of the sun starts to set and it becomes kind of dusk, dinner time, that kind of thing. If you have anything you want to discuss, you're more than welcome to.
I will say this: Alistair never takes his left hand out of his pocket, even while riding, even while getting up on the horse. Everything is done with his right hand.
Doesn't he fall? Or just
He's not
mess up?
Scarlet. He's not going to try to acrobatics check every time he gets up.
No, grab and pull up.
Yeah.
So like are we going back on the same
Yeah,
road
the
we
exact
were on?
same path you went. Yep.
Okay.
You will notice though.
I'm gonna look for a stand.
I knew it was coming. I knew
I
it.
was thinking that too.
I will say you notice that Alistair does keep his left hand in his pocket, but him getting up on a horse and things like that, this is the mannerisms, the muscle memory of someone who has been doing this for a while. So even though it is at a severe handicap, it seems like this has been a practice move, and his body kind of has learned to compensate for the lack of a hand. So while it does seem kind of unsettling a little bit, let me change the link on the screen, Christina, for giving me that heads up. But anyway, it
Should.
it should. Let me just check it. Let's see. Let's try this.
Does it for me?
Yeah, it does it for me.
Yeah, right. bit.ly/ni extra life. Let's just try it again. bit.ly/.
Yeah, there you go. How about that?
Yeah, no, it works. I just checked it, Christina. I don't know what's going on. Well, I mean, it's not a clickable link if that's what you were saying, but the link itself should work. Oh, never mind. She's a moron, I guess. Everything's great. So anyway, yeah, it's while other people you would feel would be at a severe disadvantage missing a hand, as someone who seems to have practiced probably his whole life doing this, or at least for several years, he seems to be more than capable. So while off-putting, it's not you're not worried for his safety, at least right away. So you guys travel for like I said, it's about dusk-ish. Gozira, why don't you roll me a percentile die?
Here we go. It's probably gonna be a natural one. 32.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. as the sun is starting to set, you guys all a scent hits your nose, and it is amazing. It is the food, even the drink you can smell. It like overwhelmingly alluring. Like your mouths instantly start watering when you smell this. As you come around a corner, a bend in the road, there's a campfire, and there are 3 gentlemen sitting at the campfire, and they kind of see you guys, and they go, "Oi!" and they wave you over, and they go, "We just caught this, just killed this deer not that long ago," and they have there's a big stag there, and they're like, "But it's too much for the 3 of us. You guys curious? We'd be willing to share. We've got a nice fire. We've got drink, and you can see there are casks of ale there, and they're like, if you were more than welcome, it's safety in numbers and all that, So if you'd like to stay here and partake in some of the stag and have some of our ale, we'd be more than welcome to share it if you're interested."
I like to do an inside check to see if their intentions are what it seems,
Okay.
as an inviting rather than a
Sure.
ambush kind of situation.
Yeah, can I do that too?
Absolutely. Anybody that's suspicious.
18.
I want to do a
18 for me.
perception check to look like around. So if I don't see something like in the woods or whatever.
Ooh.
All right. So let me get a. Okay. Yes. I would say you guys do think that their intent is welcoming. They are offering to bring you in, and share food and things like that. Jal, with your perception, though, you do notice one thing that's a little bit off. You notice, while you're scanning around, just not really paying much attention, checking the woods for any kind of traps, things like that, you do notice that they are all drinking from wineskins. Not one of them is drinking from the casks of ale, yet that is all they're offering you to drink.
Okay.
So, again, you 3 do think they are inviting you in to eat and drink with them. Absolutely. 100%. Jal, you're the only one that catches the fact that they are offering you mead from these large casks with, like, cups. They're readily pouring it, ready to hand it out, but they are only drinking from their own personal wineskins.
Okay, I won't tell anyone,
Okay.
and I'm gonna accept the offer because I have poison resistance.
You do.
All right.
I'm
Fair
gonna
enough.
go that way.
All right.
It's very kind of you. Now get off.
But there's ale. I'm a dwarf. I don't want their wine.
It's very kind. I will have to decline. Perhaps my companions will accept.
Okay, so you decline, and they say, "Well, all right, sweetheart, if that's not your thing," then they kind of pour big frothy mugs of ale, hand one to Ruick. Alistair was going for one too, right?
No.
No?
Alistair doesn't drink.
Okay, so
No, he really doesn't.
no, that's fine. So he hands one to Ruick. What about Ash? Does Ash drink?
Ash, no. I decline to. I have to. Hey, me personally, as a hunter, not knowing all this stuff, I have to keep a sharp eye. So that's me personally.
All right.
As a ranger as well, I don't
Mhm.
trust anything. I don't estimate myself.
Okay.
Armament, so.
Christina, I just want to throw this out in the chat. Thank you for the $15 donation, by the way. What would
Yay!
you let us know what you want the donation to go to? Because I don't know. $15 can get a lot of things. That can help me. That can help them. That can screw me. That can screw them. What would you? That could be
Sorry,
3
it's-
cups of coffee for me. 3 trinket rolls for the party. You let me know what you want that
Yeah.
to be.
Anybody who's donating, go ahead and scroll down,
Yes,
and
I'm
you
sorry.
see all the things. Sometimes it just you see the donate button, but just scroll all the way down, and you'll see who's playing, and then donations and rewards, and then rewards list. So yeah, make sure you do that.
Christina, yeah, if you go to that page, sorry, that's just the way it works. I can't set up custom donations. I wish I could. Then it would only give you those options. If you scroll down about halfway down the page, there's a rewards list, and you can see all of the rewards that are there. So, let's see. I I don't think I could format that easy enough in the Twitch bot. It would take up the whole freaking screen. So,
No,
but yeah,
just you could say scroll down
Yeah.
for the list.
it says that under like the donation section, but that's fine. So, Christina, go ahead and you just type it out in the Twitch chat what you want to donate to, and we will keep going. So, Jal, you take. Rurik picks up this mug of frothy ale, and it tastes good. It's not dwarven make by any means, but it's not watered down crap. It tastes good. And they do. Would you guys like any of the venison that they're cooking over this fire as well?
Yes.
So they'll carve off a slice of the venison, hand some to Alistair. It's nice. It's they have been roasting it over on a spit over the fire, but they've managed to kind of tuck cloves of garlic in the meat, so it has a nice kind of buttery garlic flavor to it. It's actually very good.
Are they eating it too?
They are eating that, yes.
Okay.
But again, you have no reason to be suspicious of them. All they offered was to bring you in and have you eat.
Sure. Just wondering.
So, Ash, did you want... Well, who was eating? Let me ask you that.
Alistair's eating.
I'll go ahead and I'll take a piece.
Ash, what about...
I'll take one of my rations because I remember the deer that was being eaten by the
the
flame
fire
bugs
beetles?
earlier. So I just don't have a taste for deer at the moment.
Alright, so that's fine. And then what about Drusilla?
I don't really accept food I haven't made myself.
Okay. Hey, everybody's got their quirks. That's fine. Speaking of quirks, you can donate
I'm
to
a
give some of the
hermit
players
girl.
quirks.
There you go.
All right, so you guys all take to eating, and it's camaraderie. They're joking around. They are having a good time. Hey, where are you guys going? We're heading down to Daggerford. We're gonna go fight in the pits. We think we have a pretty good chance. The three of us work together pretty well. And you see, they are kind of toughened and like battle scarred. And you see, they all have studded leather armor, short bows, and dual knives. You gather that these guys are probably rogues. Which, whether or not that puts you on edge or not, I don't know. But
Us?
Not me.
so they're joking around and they're
I don't care.
having a good time. And they say, they're like, well, while we're here and having a good time, would anybody, or any of you gamblers, would anybody like to play a little dice?
No thanks. I don't
No.
gamble.
Gentlemen.
I'll partake in a couple games.
What about
I'll
you?
have to refuse.
All right. Well, no one said humans weren't foolhardy, or at least relying on luck. So go ahead and roll me a percentile die. Go 0.
Could I perhaps roll perception because I'll be checking the
17.
area we're in?
All right, Christina, real quick. You gave me a natural 1. You have to choose which of the players gets to impose that on me. So I have a natural 1, but you get to pick who's going to give it to me, and they get to choose when I use it in place of rolling. So you got a 17. We're going to add your level to that, so it's a 23.
Evil laugh from the DM.
You don't know what it is.
No, I don't.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Is there any horses that they have or anything?
No, they don't have horses, but their boots do look well traveled.
Okay.
Would I be able to scan the area, or at least scan where we are in the camp?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Can I accept what the area we're in, the camp, and such?
Sure, absolutely. Make me a survival check. So, Alistair is natural 20. Yeah. You actually find, while you're looking around, I'm jumping back and forth here. The area doesn't look any kind of weird or anything off. However, you do find a plant that kind of smells like eucalyptus while you're looking around. And you realize with refinement from an herbalism kit, this can be turned into a magic item. I will tell you. KO ointment. you know.
Yeah, that sounds good.
As we refer to it in
I'd like to apply
my
my
Tuesday
care
game, we call it
ointment.
in my Tuesday game we call it KY ointment because that was it's spelled Keoghtom. So
Kegakirk.
let's
Sugar.
call it KT's ointment. We'll call it that.
Okay, it's good.
If it's refined with a with an herbalism kit, you can. You know what? We'll get this out of the way now. Roll me a d4. Two. You've got two. With refined with an herbalism kit, you can make 2 uses of this KT's ointment. It makes a healing salve that, when applied as an action, will heal 2d8 plus 2 hit points. If you can find someone that can refine. You actually have an herbalism kit, don't you?
I do.
So you can take time tonight if you want to try to work to refine it into the healing salve that it could be.
I will do so while they're gambling. Or
Okay.
try to get as far as possible.
So, okay, so we'll have you roll in just a sec. Gozira, though, you don't know... You're not particularly winning all of these games, but you're also not losing. But whatever you're doing, it's kind of the leader of this group. We're going to call him Sean. You just piss him off. Like, you just rub him the wrong way. Maybe it's the way you roll your dice. I don't know. But you just feel like you have just made yourself a lifelong enemy in this guy. And you don't really think you're doing anything wrong. He just thinks that you're kind of just like a piece of shit. And he's like, whatever, this guy. So he like gets up from the table and just walks away. He's like, whatever, I didn't want to play dice anyway. And he walks off. Even though he didn't really lose that much, you just grate him. You know how some people just get on your nerves?
Mm-hmm.
You do that to him for whatever reason. So,
It's for him.
yeah, so that's what happens. So at that point, when he kind of storms off in a huff, the other guys are like, maybe we shouldn't play anymore. Sorry. And like, you know, you don't lose any gold. You broke even. But yeah, and then the night kind of goes on. Everybody's kind of having a conversation. You can ask them any questions or things you want, but for the most part, the night's starting to wind down. If there's nothing you want to ask, we'll continue on to the next scene, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Amy, make me an herbalism kit roll, which should be the tools down on the bottom left of your core sheet.
Nice. Normal?
Yep.
Wow.
Again,
Yeah.
I will tell you that it's not an automatic failure. However, it still is a 7. So, you completely botch one of these uses. It's just gone. You do manage to make one, though. But you're up till midnight. Because you mess up the first one, like, you're like, alright, as long as I just cut and you just ruin it. And you're like, so you take the next 4 hours and you're like very precisely like cutting things and you're like, alright, I'm gonna get this one. I got one use left. And you spend 4 hours carefully manicuring this tree to get it into this ointment. So you have one use of KT's ointment that is 2d8 plus 2 healing when applied as an action, as like a salve to wounds. Okay. So, as the night goes on, Jal, I'm going to need you to make me, as you guys are starting to... actually, let me ask you this. What's your guys' thought with sleeping arrangements? Are you going to take watches? What's your plan?
Yes. Take
Okay.
watches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's at first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay. That's fine. So, Jal, I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw at advantage, because you're a dwarf.
Okay.
You're asleep already, right? You're already asleep, and you kind of feel like you're slowly falling into a deeper sleep, and you're like, and just kind of roll over and snort it off, and you're fine. Alistair, make me an insight check on these guys while you're staying up for your watch there.
19.
They seem twitchy. They seem like they're waiting for something to happen, and it's not happening.
Oh my.
Are we all asleep but he's awake?
Yeah, you guys. He's on first watch. Yep. Unless you
Okay.
guys. Well, no. Amy's awake, but she's off in the woods grinding away at a piece of plant to try to make ointment.
Let me have you, please. It's bad.
I think during that time, I'm going to actually hide.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check then. Oh, and at advantage because, or no, not at advantage. Just you can make it no matter what.
Yeah.
So 15. Their passive perception is pretty low, so you're fine. So you feel like you sufficiently stealthed away in the woods, while Alistair is just sitting there watching, basically Rurik snore because everybody else left the group, so he's just kind of hanging out.
So I mean,
Wow.
are these guys? Are these other guys? Are they still awake?
One
Or
of
they're-
them is Sean, who doesn't seem to like you very much. Has just been like standing there, just like staring daggers at you the whole time, just like.
Mm-hmm.
Just pissed off, just so salty, this guy. For some reason, nobody knows why. And the other two guys, though, you do notice... Actually, make me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, 21.
They're pretending to be asleep, but they're not.
Nice.
They're like, kind of like, you see like the one eye kind of like just ever so slightly open to kind of give a scan. The other two, like they're pretending to be asleep. And Sean is clearly very, he's very antsy. Like I said, he's waiting for something to happen and it's not happening.
Can I make a perception check too? Because I'm in the...
Yep, sure, because you're hiding. Oh, they're doing pretty damn good. I'm gonna have to start busting out those natural ones that I've got for you guys soon.
There you go.
I have reading rolling my ones.
With the 20, yeah, I was gonna say you've been rolling natural ones, Amy, so I don't even need to use it for you. And I have one for you, so
I know. Why?
yeah, like you can kind of pretty much tell all the same things that Ash can see. Basically, what Alistair sees, like they're waiting for something, like a trigger of some kind, and it's not happening. Unfortunately, Rurik was the only one who saw the thing about the ale, and he's the one who's sleeping, so he can't tell you about that. So, yeah, you can just tell, like, this dude is clearly waiting for something to happen. Is he waiting but for what, you don't know.
I look at Sean and kind of whisper to him, "Novice sleepers?"
And he kind of gives you, like, a little bit of an eyebrow, and he's like, I don't think that's true. I think that these guys are fine sleepers. So when does your watch end, by the way? Just curious.
I like to use my medallion of thoughts.
Okay.
Oh my.
So this is cast detect thoughts, right?
I don't have the thing. But I guess.
Okay, that's fine. You can search it, but it's a medallion of thoughts. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. Yeah. Allows you to cast detect thoughts with 3 charges. So one use of that, you can detect the surface thoughts immediately, like what he's currently thinking. And then if you want to try to probe deeper into his mind to get underlying thoughts, it's a DC 13
Wisdom?
save. Yeah, I think it's a wisdom save. Actually, it's whatever detect thoughts is, which is a wisdom save. And then you can kind of... I don't know if you can... okay, let's just check detect thoughts real quick. Detect thoughts. You initially learn the surface
DC.
thoughts of the creature. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If you fail, if it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind. If it succeeds, the spell ends either way. Either way, the target knows that you're probing. So if you just read the surface thoughts, you just know what he's currently thinking. But if you probe, he knows whether or not you did it.
Okay. I'll
Regardless.
just do the surface thoughts.
All right. Go to sleep, you son of a bitch. That's all he's thinking right now. He's just like,
So
I
nice.
fucking hate this guy. Just go to sleep. Oh, I can't wait till he goes to sleep. Just, come on. And he's just staring, like, stock still face, like, just, no, everything's fine. Just go to sleep. Come on, just go to sleep.
Don't let us nappy.
So that's what you get.
I just kind of stare at him, and then I don't know if this is an action to do this.
Well, tell me. I know I'm pretty familiar with Bloodhunters, so.
My Heart of Darkness.
Okay. That is. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull it up.
So, for those who look into my eyes, they can see that I've faced unimaginable horror, and that I am no stranger to darkness. Though they might fear me, commoners will extend every courtesy and do their utmost to help me.
Okay, this is the haunted one background.
Yeah.
Picture. Okay, that's fine. That's what I thought. Go ahead and make me an intimidation check. But this is going to be a wisdom intimidation check. So it's going to be an intimidation check, but we're going to use your wisdom instead of your charisma. Okay. So just roll an intimidation and we'll replace the roll. Or whatever.
Well, charisma and wisdom are the same for me.
So then it's fine. So make an intimidation check at advantage. So natural
20.
So a 22.
Nice.
Okay. So he kind of like staring into your eyes, the color of them is unsettling. Slightly creepy, some would say. And he kind of like recoils a little bit. Like, you clearly have cowed this guy. Like, he was putting on this tough facade, and he clearly is like jumpy, like, oh, okay. He doesn't seem like he's just trying to keep his composure, like trying to hide the fact that you basically just kind of did one of these and he like flinched back, even though you didn't. You just stared at him. So he like, yep, everything's fine over here. But yeah, he's on edge, definitely. And you know he wants you to go to sleep, and he's asked when your watch is going to end. Something you don't get a good feeling from this
yeah,
guy.
so I stand up and kind of mosey on over to him and kind of just lean in. Whatever you're planning, it'd be in your best interest not to do it, if you value your lives. And I kind of turn around, and I guess my night's ends watch, and I kind of nudge Rurik.
And it takes Rurik a little bit longer to get up than it normally would. But you wake up, and Alistair goes to sleep, and Rurik, you're on watch now.
Well, before I go to sleep,
Tell him it's...
Yeah, I point over to him. Keep a watchful eye on him.
Okay.
I will. Their L was pretty good.
Alright, so Alistair goes to sleep, and Rurik, you're awake now, and this guy, he doesn't seem like such a bad guy. You don't know what he was complaining about. He seems like a pretty jovial guy to you, at the very least.
Yeah, and all I saw was that they weren't drinking ale.
Yeah, basically. So for all you know, they could just not like ale. But you also think to yourself, why would they be carrying around these large casks of ale, feeding them to random people, but not drinking of it themselves? It's a little strange.
Very hospitable.
So, Rurik.
And you might want to reconnect your speakers or your headphones or something. It comes up.
So he eventually kind of just gets frustrated because you're awake, but you don't know that. And he goes and nudges one of the other guys, and he goes back to sleep. He goes to sleep, and now there's another guy who's just standing there watching you, and watching you watching him. He's kind of just like, hey, how's it going? Good? Did you like the ale? It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, pretty good ale.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, we carried it. We've been carrying it a long way from up north. You know, gotta make business. We're taking it to Daggerford so that we can sell it at the fighting pits. It'll be good.
Make sure to see Shannon and what's her name? The other one.
Scarlet, yeah.
And Scarlet. I'm sure they're gonna like it.
Because
They're fighting
All right.
in the pits.
Okay, great. That sounds great. All right. Well, we'll make Shannon and Scarlet. You said were their names?
Yeah, look for a human and a... Is it a halfling?
Halfling, yeah.
Look for a human and a halfling.
All right. Well,
And
we will.
the halfling might be very seductive too. Watch out for her.
He goes, please. So yeah, your watch continues on, and this guy's just kind of been hanging out there the whole time. And now it's the end of your watch, which been 2 hours. However, your other two companions are nowhere to be seen.
It is it.
It would now be you'd be just have finished making your salve, let's say.
I would be heading back then, I guess.
Okay. So as your watch is ending, you see Drusilla working her way back. Drusilia, rather, her way back to you. And you still don't know where Ash is. Your fearless leader is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I'm like,
She went into the forest, right?
Yes.
Would I have been able to spot her? Because I was in there too. Or was she in a different direction?
I think she went in a different direction. You went specifically off to not be found so you could work on this, and she was kind of hanging around the camp.
Okay.
So, yeah,
okay,
it's,
so as Drasilia comes back, I'm like, oh, perfect timing. You're on watch now, and I just go to bed.
and then the other guy kind of goes, and he kicks the other guy that was asleep, and he says, "Hey, it's your watch." He goes to sleep.
I have been sleeping, just saying.
Oh, okay. So you just snuck off and
Yeah.
hid in the woods and fell asleep.
Just for now. Just for now.
The fearless leader, hidden.
No, I would say that. I would say like during Drusilla's watch, I probably will wake up and now look too.
Okay. All right. So
Like like in between her watch. So
okay. So, let's say at this point, Drusilia, it'll be the end of your watch. And yeah, there's these guys, the other guys. Your allies, your two allies are asleep, and your watch has ended. But your leader, you don't see her immediately. What do you do? The other guys are watching, and the guy says, I'll make sure nothing comes after us. I'll stay up. It's fine.
No, it's fine. I can stay up a little while. I'll roll perception to see if I might spot her or spot something that's abnormal at the camp.
Okay. We'll see.
It would be a +2 as well.
Okay. Yeah. Make me another stealth check. Like, since you just woke up from a nap. Stealthy nap. Yup. You see her. Crack, and then the other guy goes, "What was that? Something here?" And he
I kind of like
daggers out. Like, what was that?
it's like waking up, kind of like stumbling because sleep groggy a little bit.
And he's like on his toes, like he's in a fighting game, kind of bouncing back and forth, like daggers out, like ready to go. So, do you come out of the woods, or did you just snap and stay in the woods?
No, because he heard. I mean, I know whoever heard. I probably just get out. So I walk out and look at him. What's wrong with you?
And he goes, it's you never know what's in these woods. We heard a snap. I was worried and scared.
Calm down. Just go back to sleep. You know what? Why don't you just sleep, and both of us can keep watch.
And he goes, my boss wouldn't like that. I should stay away.
It's fine. You should go ahead and sleep.
No, well, make me a persuasion check.
Sleep.
Oh, yeah, right?
Go to bed!
He's like, nah, I really should stay up. My boss will be really pissed if he finds out I was sleeping on the job.
All
Don't you
right.
trust us then?
I mean, you didn't... He says, well, I did just meet you, so let's be honest. Oh, we just got another donation.
Ooh.
Ooh. What is it?
Oh, man, 2 natural 20s for me.
Oh no.
Oh, I know who did that.
Oh no! We do too.
Good. Well, I can only use one an hour, so guess what? I guess I have to use one per session, so I have to use one this time.
You have 18 hours left.
Yes, but I can only use one natural 20 on you guys once per session, and I have 8 sessions, and I didn't get one at the start. So.
Yeah, so you have plenty of
Anyway,
sessions left.
so he says, "No, I'm gonna stay up. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Do you guys want some ale? You sure you're not thirsty? It's been a long watch.
No, I'm fine.
I'm
Thank
good.
you,
Are
though.
you sure you're not thirsty? Come on."
Pretty sure.
Maybe you're thirsty, so maybe you should go ahead and take a drink.
He says, "I'm pretty hungover, actually. I had quite a bit to drink tonight."
Then thank you so much, but no.
Okay. And he just kind of like settles back into his like on a stump, and he's just like staring at you guys, and he's ever so like kind of dozing as he starts to fall asleep. And then eventually, after about an hour, he does kind of doze off, and you can hear some snoring coming from him. So what do you guys do?
I go.
Oh. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No, it's fine. I was gonna say once my shift ends, I'll just nod to Ash to take over, but if you want to say something else.
I was gonna go towards you and be like, it's kind of odd. Before I fell asleep, I noticed that two of them weren't really sleeping.
Oh, that is quite interesting. Perhaps it would be wise to stay in cars even more as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure to stay awake, or should I stay awake as well?
I'll stay awake.
Okay. So, Drusilla heads off to sleep. Ash, you stay awake for the rest of your watch, and nothing happens. These guys eventually wake up in the morning and say, so next morning everybody else wakes up, and they're like, well, we wish you the best of luck on your journey. Be sure to come have some ale at the fighting pits in Daggerford. And they gather up their stuff and they head out.
I kind of give a darting glance at Sean.
And he's kind of just like you see, like he's trying to keep himself in check, and he's like, yeah, whatever, good luck. And he walks away.
Safe travels.
Well,
And he's like,
Shall we?
"Ah," and he just walks away. All right.
well, shall we continue?
You guys head onward on your way north. Oh man, the tension. The tension is so high there. And you find yourself at a roadside stand. A little bit halfway through your day's travel. On the left side of the road, you find a stand with a wizened old man who's blind, selling gourds.
Yes!
Well, Zhao specifically said he was looking for it, so you see it. And you hear him
Oh,
just kind of like looking off and gourds for sale, gourds. He's not talking to anybody specifically. His voice is hoarse, like it's
Is he
about-
like outside of a town? Like
no,
he's
he's
just
in the middle of the road. Like
middle of the
he
woods?
is. It's like a 2-day travel from Daggerford to Waterdeep, and he is like right in the middle. And he's just like got this stand, and he's selling these gourds, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so his voice is hoarse because you get the feeling he's literally been like hawking gourds all day to probably no one, but because he's blind and can't see, he just is offering that he's selling gourds all day to the open air in case somebody comes by.
Well, the bees probably came by.
Make me a perception check now. God damn, dude.
nice.
You notice that like there are a portion of gourds that have been like eaten, and they look like they're rotten. He doesn't know, because they're on like the outside of his like gourd stand, but they look as if they've been eaten by tiny, tiny little mouths a lot. Like perhaps bees have chewed through these gourds, which is weird, or wasps because they make honey and live in nests. But these ones were strange.
Magic bees.
Magic bees, indeed.
Hey Ted, look at my flaws and let me know if that has
Oh,
anything
boy.
to do with this.
This is always fun. All right. Yeah, there's a strange. You, Alistair, notice a strange, almost aura around this man. That nobody else. You guys don't see it. You guys just see the same man, Rurik and Ash that you saw on your way down. But there is a strange kind of orangish, orange and blackish aura surrounding him. And as you stare at it longer, it like forms into the shape of a pumpkin and goes away, and then into a shape of a gourd and goes away. And like as you get close and start to focus on it, and it solidifies into a pumpkin form. It kind of the aura almost takes the form of like a floating pumpkin over his left shoulder, like a jack-o'-lantern, and it stares at you.
I stop and dismount, and I just walk over, and I'm acting like I'm acting like I'm kind of whispering in the old man's ear, but I'm really looking up at the entity that's there.
Okay. So what do you say? So everybody else, you guys see him like leaning in to this old man, and you think maybe someone that's somewhat physically disabled himself. Maybe he's trying to bond with this old guy, share stories, but not relate to all of you because he doesn't really know you guys that well. But what do you say?
Or he just likes gourds.
Or he just likes gourds.
Looking at this entity, I say, "Do you haunt this man?"
And in a very low, gravelly kind of voice, it says, "I do not haunt him, for he is my vessel. I protect him from those who would harm him."
And I just pull out 2 gold and then put it on the table and just slide it to the old man.
And the old man goes, and he takes the 2 pieces of gold, reaches over, and these ones also engraved with the word gold on them for some reason. And he takes them and he kind of rubs them and he goes, "Oh, this is too much." And the pumpkin kind of nods to you and goes, "Yes, thank you for your patronage. There will be, if there's a time where you need assistance, I will be sure to lend my aid." And the pumpkin kind of nods, and then, unless you have anything specific to say to it, it kind of forms back into this aura around the old man.
No, I just nod, and I just pick up a small gourd, put it in my pouch, and then mount the horse again.
This whole entire time, I'm thinking, this poor old man who's been here since we've seen him. How many days has it been? Like,
I pick up a run one, like just to kind of.
3, 2 days or whatever.
2 or 3 days, yeah.
And I go ahead, I get off my horse and I go to him.
Gourds. Yes, gourds for sale. But that's what his voice sounds like because he's hoarse. Gourds. Yes.
Do you want us to take you to a town?
He goes, "I don't even know what towns are around anymore. It's been so long.
How long have you been out here?
An amount. I will roll the die and tell you how long I've been around."
What?
You look at what? Nice.
One decade.
A decade.
10 years, yes.
Oh. Well, we're heading,
Lord speed.
we're heading towards, which way are we heading? I wrote
You're
some of
heading
these.
Waterdeep.
to Waterdeep, and he goes, "Ah, Waterdeep. I remember that city of splendors. It was so beautiful to look upon. And he starts, like, tears start rolling down his blank eyes.
Aww.
And he says, I was not too far from... I grew up in a small farming town known as... Phandalin. Phandalin is a small farm town in the north.
And how far is that?
Oh, an amount. I'll tell you. It's been a while since I've traveled because I've been stuck here for 10 years. It is roughly, approximately 100-ish miles north of Waterdeep. However, it's not on a regular path. You need to travel off the beaten road to find it.
Is
Near
it
the
like
Sword
towards our
Mountains.
area?
It's on
Like-
it's on the way. Like, if you were to look at a map, like you guys, as I gesticulate how a map works, this is not exactly. So you guys are like down here, right? This is around Waterdeep. The spine of the world is a mountain range that's like up here, right? And the road goes like right along the coastline this way. Phandalin is like over here, and like there is roads that go there, but they're not major roads. They're like more dirt kind of back roads. So, there you go. Did you get another donation? Oh, no, that I didn't. I think Kit got one. So there you go. Anyway, yeah. So it's Phandalin town that I once had an orchard there, a gourd orchard, if you will. And
Would you like to go back?
oh, it would be nice to talk to my family again. I haven't seen them in 10 years. I haven't seen anything in 9 years, but, you know,
So what happened to your eyes?
I don't even remember. I was tending my stand one day, and there was a flash of light, and then I did not see anymore.
My
Every
heart.
minute would... Go ahead, sorry.
I said my heart is sinking, and I either I'll take you home, or I have some other people take you home. For now, if you don't mind, to come with me.
As well, to be honest, the gourd business is not going very well right now. I have made arguably twice what I've made in many years in the past 2 days. It's been quite lucrative. Maybe there's something to gourd sales after all. Or just generous people. Because you didn't actually stop to talk to the old man last time, I don't think, did you?
No.
So he doesn't know that you were with the other group.
While they're talking, I'll probably get off my horse and get near as well.
Okay. So you hear, we'll say you guys all hear this conversation. The old man.
After hearing that, I pull out the gourd and just kind of toss.
I cannot.
I'm still on my horse, and I'm just really confused with why everyone is so interested in the gourd salesman. First with Scarlet paying 2 gold for a gourd, and then now I saw Alistair just like hugging him and talking him into his ear, and now Ash wants his like personal story, and I'm just confused. I'm just like looking at them.
You're
Oh, Gal,
heartless.
you are the best dwarf. Giving up. We're just giving up a bunch of gold and talking to an old man about gourds.
Not
We're
taking
supposed to
L
be
when
saving a
offering-
dragon egg and they want to talk about gourds.
How about this? If you want to stay here a little bit longer, and I actually pull out a gold and I put it on top, I will send some people here. And if you want to go home, they will take you home.
Well, I must admit, I have not had a true meal that hasn't been based on some form of gourd, which is not very good for business when you eat what you're selling. That is also all I have. I would love, at the very least, to make it to Waterdeep and perhaps shower. It's been 10 years. Also, I haven't had any other
Oh, God.
food.
So
you
many diseases.
Would you please
Yeah.
take me to Waterdeep?
Sounds good.
It would be
Yeah.
a good step. Thank you so much. And he's like trying to reach out to like touch your face to like, you know, because
Yeah.
he's blind. And he's like, thank you so much.
Grossest hands ever.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. His hands are very clean because he's blind and he does a lot of this. Because he's trying to pass the time, so his hands, they're pretty clean. Lazy Mermaid, and you got so close to him, goes Hira. And he's so gross.
I never touched them, though.
That's true, you never did. So he goes, well, I should probably pack up the stand. And you see him, like, hobbling over, and he's, like, picking up a gourd and putting it in a backpack. And
I just go over, go over to him and just kind of push him along to Ash's steed and pick him up and put him on.
All right,
Kind
yeah.
of
So I'm gonna say
yeah.
you guys are able to basically pack his shit up in about what you estimate, like 25th of the time it would take him to do it, as he's like hobbling, shuffling his little old man feet, picking up a gourd, shuffling to a bag, and you're like, yeah, forget this.
And he's
Just put
blind.
it all in a bag.
I looked at Ash. We're losing time. Burning daylight on this.
And look at him. I know. This is what I have to do. And I get it.
And you take the sign off of his shop that's there.
10-year-old sign.
A 10-year-old, very worn wooden sign that
Braille.
once was painted pretty extravagantly, you could tell, but the paint has worn through quite a bit. And if you're trying to look at it, you're trying to figure it out. It looks like it said Gourdon's, but spelt like gourd. So, yeah. And you
I
take
don't know.
that.
Gordon's remind me of fishermen. Gordon's
No,
fishermen.
no. He's the Gourderman.
He's the,
Oh.
okay.
Nice. While we're
Gordon did.
packing up,
Yeah?
while we're packing up, I would drop like 5 gold in his bag as well without really saying anything.
Okay. That's fine.
Take this. Just take it. You need more than I do.
Do I see her do that?
Yeah, with your perception rolls, I'm not even gonna bother because they're always on. So yes, you see her like blink, 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 5 coins into his bag.
I just give her a look and shake my head. Like, I'm just tired of all this nonsense.
If she'll notice you staring, she'll stare at you like, what? I've lived this life as well. I know it is.
Yeah, you guys basically have given him more than he's made in his entire time selling gourds. You've just given him like probably triple to quadruple his life savings in like the course of 2 or 3 days. Like, if he's selling gourds
I
for
give him
2,
all my money.
if you're selling gourds for 2 to 5 copper, and you guys have just given him 9 gold in 2 days, like think about that.
Yeah.
If
Go
every
us.
copper, every gold, or 100 copper is 1 gold, think about that. It's
2
and-
copper a day for his living conditions
Yeah,
to eat.
yeah. You guys have basically, he's set for life now. He doesn't really get all that though, because he didn't hear the 5 coins go in. So you guys take off after hearing the sad story of an old man whose name you haven't ever asked. So.
Well, in my notes, I just have him as Blind Gourdman.
Blind Gordon. Gordon!
Oh, you can call him Gourdon because we have seen the sign.
On Black Mage.
Yeah.
I think on our way, like,
Yeah, while you're
I
so you
would
guys are
ask
riding
him.
out.
Yeah, I would ask him his name.
His name is Gourdon. But it's spelt like gourd.
Gourd.
Gourd and he goes, well, it was a family business. My father was a legendary gourd salesman.
Backwards.
A legendary gourd salesman whose name was also Gourdon, but spelt like you typically spell it. You know, Gourdon, Gordan. But he thought it would be funny to name his one and only son Gourdon, spelled like a gourd, after the crops of which he loved so much. All of a sudden, he turned into Professor Trelawney. I don't know what happened there. To the books which you so desperately cleave. So, anyway, you guys make your travels north. I'm not even gonna have you roll on an encounter table, because well, sure. You guys make it to Waterdeep. Everybody's got full health, full spells, and you make it down.
Alistair exhausted by hearing all this story.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped
Can we
talking.
drop him off, please?
He has not really stopped talking, but he's...
Like he never sleeps and just keeps talking.
Think Bubba from Forrest Gump, but about gourds.
Oh god.
So it's like, well, you can make a gourd stew, and a gourd pie, and gourd and it's just over and over and over about all the things you can do with gourds.
You should have probably tries to remember some of the recipes of the gourds.
Yes, you
Tries.
do. I will say that the Rangers do manage to glean a little bit of Gordic knowledge. So yeah. You eventually take him to Waterdeep, and you guys are in Waterdeep. You are able to reprovision with anything specifically you might be looking for. And he, as you take him there, and you take him to, a tavern, he's able to eat a meal, and he eats his full, which isn't much because his stomach has shrank over 10 years of only eating gourds. And yeah, so he eats his fill, and he eventually goes and gets washed up and makes his way down. And he, his visage portrays the look of a man that at one point in his life was probably quite striking. But 10 years in a roadside stand, blind, without anything, you kind of see, he's seen better days. And he goes, well, as he stumbles down the stairs trying to find you guys, he goes, I have had a wonderful, wonderful time traveling with all of you. I think I'd like to keep going. If you don't mind, if you would take me to Phandalin
Yes.
as you promised, I would love that. It would be wonderful.
All right.
How far we go then?
Did
No.
you want to look? Did you want to look?
Alistair said, no. The road ahead is dangerous.
I could ask for help to take you there.
He goes, well, if I get there, it would be nice, but you are the wonderful people who saved me from a life of gourd sales and roadside stands. If you would rather pawn me off on some other people, that's
Alistair
fine.
rolls his eyes and just walks away.
Fine.
But yeah, I would love to stay with you as you are my saviors. But if you would rather give me to someone else, that is fine.
Can we all just
I turn to Ash.
stealth and sneak away so he's just talking?
I turn to Ash and I just say, let's just leave him at the Emerald Enclave. If you have a building here, we can leave him at. They'll take care of it.
Yeah, I'll take him there.
Okay, so you take him to the Emerald Enclave, and you're able to leave him there with your superiors. And they're kind of like, what?
Yeah,
You're dropping off this
you know,
blind old man?
yeah.
What's going on?
I asked them. I do ask them, like, on the side, like away from his hearing range. Is there a way that maybe you can get, or anybody that you know that can give him his sight back?
Lazy, I will say, if you really want, because you didn't specify, I'll allow it. I don't know how much everybody else is going to go for it, but if you want to give your $20 donation to have him stay with the party for the full 24 hours, you're more than welcome to.
God.
It'll be very nice, actually.
Someone give me a wish. So I can wish.
So they say, well, Ash, listen, we gave you the resources to take on this mission, a mission that you have told us about. Unfortunately, we can't really. We're already affording you, theoretically, an unlimited supply of agents to handle this task. A small babysitting mission. We feel like that is well within. We feel like it's more than your fair share to handle that for him. So, why don't you just take him? Phandalin's not that far from here. And then, we do actually have a druid nearby in Phandalin who you can speak to if you need to, if you need to restock while you're there, as well as we'll send something there for you taking care of this, a small reward, essentially. We'll give you some gold for handling this on your own rather than having us to separate other agents to do that.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And they will say, well, we do also, Robin did send some things. Surprisingly made it here faster than you did, which was odd, because you left around the same time. But your associates, your allies in the fighting pits, apparently are winning left and right. It's so bizarre. The one small one we thought was not a capable fighter has apparently been... Men have been falling literally all over her. So they actually have sent some provisions northward to aid you in your journey north. And she says, roll a percentile die.
Oh boy, okay. 93.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Well, you got a thing.
I got a thing?
I will tell you what it does in just a second.
Oyster.
No. This is not a trinket. This is an actual... you got a wand of enemy detection.
Oh, cool.
This wand has... I think you should be able to search it in the SRD there. But it has 7 charges. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. It is in the SRD. You can search it in the compendium to find it. But 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action and expend charge to speak its command word. For the next minute, you know the direction of the nearest hostile creature to you within 60 feet, but not its distance from you. The wand can tell the presence of hostile creatures that are ethereal, invisible, disguised, or hidden, as well as those in plain sight. So it doesn't actually tell you what the enemy is, it just tells you the direction that it is from you. But like if you're in a room with 5 people and it says there's somebody within 2 feet of you, well then you know it's somebody in the room. And they also say, roll another percentile die. It's a very strange way they send things to you. I'm a little confused
31?
about it. You get scratching dog in the background. 31. A brooch of shielding.
Oh, cool.
So a brooch of shielding, the way that works, is if you put it on, you have resistance to force damage and immunity to magic missile.
Nice.
Okay.
It does require attunement, but it's yours. You're the leader to delineate it as you wish.
Okay.
So there you go. Did we get another donation? We did. Hang on, let's see. This is fun. I like this, guys. This is really... I'm having a great time doing this. And it's all for the kids, which is the best part. Alright. Gozira gets a reroll of a natural 1. So, we'll have to remember that. So,
Nice.
you guys head out with Gourdon in tow. And he said, I'm so excited to be on the road, traveling with my new best friends to my hometown of Phandalin. I will give you guys all of the... If you want any gourds, I'm sure my orchard is probably destroyed, but if it's still intact, you can have any gourds you wish. Also, there is a wonderful place for pie in Phandalin. The best apple pie you have ever had in your whole life. I guarantee it. Guaranteed. He's also Yoda now. I really don't know what's happening with this character.
Have we went to the mystic to strive for the egg?
Thank you, Amy. I wasn't gonna say anything, but you can look for one if you'd like.
Yeah,
Might
I'll
be useful.
yeah, I'll look for one.
Okay. Make me a history check, I guess.
History?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
7.
alright. Can I also help look for?
Sure. I'll let you make a
Mage.
history check. Sure.
It's only slightly better than you. I
Okay.
have it too.
Or
Nice.
slightly a lot better. You make your guys' way to a shop that you're trying to find, and there is a shop called, I don't know. The
Gourd.
Winged... What?
Wing gourd.
Yes, the Winged Gourd.
What?
The Winged Gourd. You make your way to a shop, and Gordon says, "Oh, Winged Gourd. I've never heard of such a place. But if there's a way to grow winged gourds, you can be sure I will do it." And anyway, you go inside, and a lot of the potion bottles in this shop are shaped like gourds. They're made of glass,
Right.
like a regular potion bottle. They're shaped like gourds. And there are
Warwick is in a nightmare at the moment.
there
I
are
feel that this
Signed up
is.
for this.
there are tchotchkes and trinkets and things available for sale. If anybody would like one, we can talk about that. But the proprietor of said shop says, "What can I do for you? What brings you to the Winged Gourd today?"
We're actually looking for somebody who can scry for us.
Sky, no. Scry, yes, I can do that. He goes, "I am not the best scryer. I am but a novice, rather. Also, I write. I am a novice
Of course.
at scrying, but I can perhaps provide you with a minor scrying for a minor fee, if that would intrigue you.
How much?
So I could probably do a minor scry for, I don't know, 150 gold pieces.
What?
Or not, if that is not your interest. It's
Alistair just puts the gold on the table. Like I said, we're on limited time.
okay. So you put the gold on the table,
Hurry up.
and
We
he
need to-
pulls out a bowl that looks like a smushed pumpkin made of glass, and he puts it down, and he pours water into the bowl, and he says, "Well, here we go." And he casts scrying, and it's a minor scry, so you don't get a ton of information. It is a very narrow window that you're looking through to see the egg. You see this emerald dragon egg, and we'll say for all intents and purposes, you can all see it because he's using a minor illusion to also project it upwards in almost like a 3D hologram, which is probably why it costs so much, so that everybody can see it. It is. You see this egg that looks like it's made out of a solid emerald on a pedestal in a room that's completely all icy stone all around it. There is a large door. From perspective that you can see, this door is much larger than a normal humanoid would be able to go through, and this is off in the back there. But other than that, there's not much else that you can see. There's no one else in the room at the moment. And you see, again, kind of frost on the floor, and the door begins to open, and then the scry ends.
I have the look of disappointment.
Yeah.
Large door meaning large creature.
And says, "Well, friend, I wouldn't doubt that. That is a astute observation. This man, genius. I like him. Would you be interested in purchasing anything from my shop, good sir?"
No.
"Well, I'd like him less.
I leave
How about
the-
you three?"
I leave the shop.
Ruick leaves. Well, never mind. What about you two? Or you, old man? What about you? Well, I do not have much in the way of gold, sir. So no.
That's
Anyone?
false. That's a false statement.
Made him rich.
He has 4 gold pieces that he knows of. He has 5 that he doesn't. What about Ash and Drusilla?
What kind
No.
of potion?
Oh god.
He goes, well, he's not Gourdon. He says, well, I happen to have many potions. Do you looking for anything in specific? Healing,
Not really.
fire breathing, climbing, jumping, you name it, I've got it. I also have these very decorative potion jars, and they all look like different gourds that you've seen before. And he says, and he has like a box on the side. I have a mystery box. Does that intrigue
Mystery
you?
box?
Mystery box, yes. I have 2 mystery boxes, one for mystery potions and one for mystery trinkets.
They're all gourd shaped.
Oh.
For 5 gold pieces, you could purchase a trinket, 1 trinket, or for 100 gold, you could purchase a random potion. What it is, I do not know, but I promise you it will be of some kind of boon. Are you feeling
Oh.
lucky?
Take 2 trinkets.
Okay. So, take 10 gold out of your inventory and roll me 2%
Yep.
pile dice. Trinkets and gourds, that's what this thing should be called.
Every month it goes straight to your house
For a minor fee.
for a minor fee.
Sponsorship.
Okay, 86 and 53. I was like, 139. How did you manage to do that?
Magic.
Alright, you find a banjo whose melodies can attract music-loving birds and critters.
Nice.
And
That just like so fits a ranger.
Yeah.
you have a bow, correct? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
upon doing this, as you take this other thing out, it's like a glowing orb, and it appears all along your bow. Your longbow now is compactable, and you can reduce it small enough to just tuck it into your belt. Like, it folds down and can sit, like, on your belt like a little dagger, and you can
Does
pull
it
it out.
falls?
And
Does it falls? Becomes a gourd?
yes, it folds down into a little gourd. That, if you can imagine Hawkeye in the Avengers movie, the first Avengers movie, where he pulls out that bow and he like goes like this and it snaps open to a full bow, except it's a gourd and you shake it and it turns into a bow.
What was the first item? I missed it.
The first item was a banjo that attracts music-loving birds and critters.
Okay.
Ooh.
So it's just a banjo and a gourd.
A banjo and her bow now folds down into a gourd. Yes.
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, and he goes, well, if you are interested, we have a larger office in the town of Neverwinter. If you use the code Winged Gourd, you will
Oh,
get
shit.
3 gold off of your weekly delivery of mystery trinkets or potions.
I'll keep the names.
Oh,
Mystery
your-
box.
Your mystery potions has intrigued me. I think I will do a mystery potion. I put 100 gold on the table.
All right, go ahead and roll me a number of things. Let me find out what the potions are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow, 20. Roll me a d20.
10! Right in the middle.
All right, 1, 2,
If it's a gourd, I swear.
3.
Pumpkin spice latte.
You get a potion in the shape of a gourd. However, this is a potion of heroism. When you drink this, it'll give you 10 temporary hit points for an hour. And while during that hour, you are under the effects of a bless spell. So you get a d4 to all attack rolls and saving throws for an hour. Is anybody else interested in a mystery potion? Again, if you go to our corporate office in Neverwinter and go and use the code mysterybox.com/winged gourd, you'll get 3 gold off.
And that 3 gold can get you 2 days shipping.
Yes, exactly.
Anywhere, Neverwinter.
Yes.
Rubik still hates gourds. but he sees that some items are worth it, so he's still gonna drop 10 gold on the trinkets.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me 2 percentile dice.
I'm really tempted to do more trinkets. I'm really tempted.
You get a sculpture representing your faith's view of cosmology, the world being carried on the back of a dragon turtle.
Nice.
So that's your first one, and your second one is a glass bauble that twinkles like a star when placed atop a wintercrest holiday tree.
Is it a gourd?
It's a gourd.
Yes.
Everything is a gourd in this campaign.
Well, I really didn't have much going into it, but now I have my brain, like, all synapses are firing with Gourdic-based things that I can do for the next 19 hours. And what about you, strange one? And he looks to Ash.
I'm good.
Well,
Thank you.
I
No
might
gourds?
actually buy 2 more trinkets, actually. You have me interested.
Alright, so this will be it for trinkets, unless anybody else really, really wants one. We'll move you guys on so we can actually move the story. I find that
Show
trinkets
all the
derail
trinkets.
all stories. Even though they do almost nothing, they really do. People love them, because why not? Alright, so go ahead and roll
Who
me
doesn't like paintings?
some percentiles. Wild gourd surge. 92. Okay, so you find a Gourdic-shaped bottle of luxury shampoo that you're careful. You immediately hide this from Ash. You keep the secret from other rangers. Don't tell them that you have this, or they'll think you've gone soft as a ranger. But it makes your hair, your red hair, smell like pumpkin spice. But also, it is the most like your mane shimmers in the light, like it only can in a shampoo commercial.
Oh, man.
And you also find you pull out, strange, it's a little tiny golden hamster that crawls up your arm, and now it lives in your hair.
I'm fine with this.
There you go.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave the store, and as we leave, I just throw the bauble away. I just throw it in the gutter.
You throw the bauble, it hits the ground, it glass, it shatters, and a little tiny wisp up into the sky. So,
I need a name for the golden hamster.
I can just allegory for a pun.
chat, we'll leave that up to you while we continue onward with the story. Amy needs a name for her golden hamster that lives in her hair that she got. So, chat, go ahead and throw that out there. We will continue on.
He
with the
fits
story.
my style.
So, you guys
Gold, red.
have a little bit of an idea of where this egg is, but not much.
All
And
right,
you
we
have-
a quest.
And you have Gourdon in tow as you head north out of the town of Waterdeep, heading north toward... You're heading on your way to Phandalin. However, the next town... the road splits at this point, north of Waterdeep. You can choose to go on the long road or continue on the high road. The high road will take you through the town of Thornhold, but it'll also take you on the outskirts of the Mere of Dead Men, a swamp known to have legendary held the resting place and lair of an ancient black dragon. Or you could go on the safer route of the long road through the snooty noble town of Anfale, the small little interesting town of Red Larch, and then cut across at Tribor, a trade town, to get there. It's your guys' call.
I think we should make some time up from the time that we spent getting these trinkets.
Which one would bring us closer to
They're honestly...
bring Gordon home?
It's like if the trail splits this way, he's like right in either way, it'll get you there at the same time. It's just whether you Want to go through the Mirror of Dead Men?
Oh.
You want to go on the road. You'll hit more towns if you go on the long road. More smaller towns. Thornhold is a fairly large town. You'll go through some mountains and then through the swamp to get it the one way. The other way, it'll pretty much be on the road through valleys and open grassland.
So neither one of them is faster.
I mean, the swamp could potentially be faster, but it also is a swamp that's...
Since we don't have to talk it to anybody.
But of course, there's a dragon too.
Well, there is
Might
a
be.
dragon. I mean, it's a very large swamp. I mean,
Okay.
the road curves inland, and like basically to the left side of the road is just a swamp.
The odds of an ancient or a dragon being on the outskirts of a swamp is probably bad to none.
Well, it's okay. It is my favorite enemy, so I can sense it.
That's also true.
What?
Hmm?
I got distracted by the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, you guys are going through the swamp. It sounds like because Light's favorite enemy is a dragon, so she can sense it. And when you're moving, if you've been spending an hour outdoors in the wilderness, Light can move you guys through the swamp or Amy, actually, both of them can, as non-difficult terrain, as rangers.
Yay,
They can
go
teach you where to
Rangers.
So you guys can get through it without any additional time.
Alright,
Sounds
nice. See, let's
Broccoli,
go.
a plant-based mount could entirely be a thing for a $25 donation to one of the players. Like I said, it's on you guys to create it. The magic lies with the players.
So are we on our way right now?
Yes, I think we just got another donation.
Oh,
Here we go.
oh boy.
Or no, I'm sorry, that was an old one. It just didn't come through till just now. My mistake. So, by the way, Gozira, you have a reroll of a natural 1 if it comes up.
Which will happen.
Yes.
Eventually.
So,
Thank you, Bulldog.
yes. So you guys make your way north. For all intents and purposes, we're going to say Gourdon is regaling you with all sorts of manner of Gourdic knowledge. Before you make your
Oh my
way through the town of Thornhold, we won't have you stop there, and you make your way into the Mirror of Dead Men.
As between all that, I do ask the group if anybody who would like to borrow the brooch of shielding.
Yes, she got a Brooch of Shielding. The Brooch of Shielding gives you resistance to force damage and immunity to magic missile. If anybody would like it.
No, thank you.
It is attunement, so that factors.
It's
No.
fine.
All right.
I think if you don't want it.
Okay, well, there you go. You've got it for now. I mean, you can always... Neverwinter is a magical place. You could probably sell it there, if need be. So, or wear it till you get there. So you guys make your way into the swamp. I need some swamp music. This is too happy. We spent a lot of time buying gourds. This also might be the gourd music from now on. Let's see what we've got as far as... Ooh, that sounds perfect. Yep, we're gonna add that one. You guys make your way into the swamp.
Right, that sounds pretty nice.
If that's playing, I think. Is it? I can't hear it.
I
I
can't.
can't hear it. No.
I don't hear it.
I do. It's very faint.
Alright, let's crank the volume a little bit then. Yeah, I'll do it.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything either.
It's barely audible.
Oh, is it
There we
bubbles?
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I just had to turn it up.
Yeah, that's fine. I turned it up too. So, you
I
guys are
muted
making
it.
your way through the nasty-ass swamp of the Mirror of Dead Men. It's about...
Yay.
It's after lunchtime, so I'm going to need everybody to make me a perception check.
No, that's persuasion. Even
You
better.
can persuade the swamp.
You can roll that again if you like.
Nah, I'll just keep it.
I'm going to turn that down. There's the music. Yes.
I'm thinking.
You do have a reroll.
Yeah.
So you got a 19 and a 21. And
A
currently
20,
a 12 and a 3.
Because I have +1 of all my rolls.
Oh, yes, so a 20, correct. Because you have the Blessing of Timora. I'll give you a +1.
Yeah, so mine would be a 13.
A 13. Okay. So,
I need one too.
yes, let me see. You guys notice something strange in the road as you work your way down. It's a tree. However, it seems as if this tree is crying, almost.
Oh, I'll go.
It is a blackened tree, almost with a mouth on it. But it's just strange. It's like a sight you've never seen before.
Could I roll nature?
Sure. Anybody can if you want. This twisted tree's face is made of cracked, blackened bark knotted into vaguely humanoid features, and thick tears of sap run down its face. Ash, you're like, nah, it's a black tree. I've seen them before. Mostly at night.
What kind of ranger are you?
So, Rurik, you're like, well, you're a dwarf, so trees aren't really your thing. But it looks unsettling. And Drusilla, you've never seen a tree like this before. So, what do you guys do? It's right smack dab in the middle of the road.
I mean, is there room to go around it?
You'd have to get close to it, yeah, but you could. You can either...
I mean, I'm still going. I didn't really pay attention to a tree.
No, you did not.
No.
With a 3. So, you are, as, you guys are walking along, or riding along, I should say, and you guys are like, oh, that's a little weird, and as you look, you see just Alistair just going. Like, he just goes right by the tree. But as you get close to the tree and move by it, this tree creaks at a branch, and an arm reaches out and strikes at you as an opportunity attack, because you passed it. It's an 18 hit.
18 does hit.
So you get slammed as this just tree limb crashes into you, and you're going to take... That is way loud.
Yeah.
It really is.
Sorry guys, that's what happens when bubbling pool music is super low. You're going to take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as this tree just... I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative.
How do I roll for initiative again?
Choose your token on the map there, and then go ahead and then just click initiative in the...
Got it.
Yes, a 4.
If I remember correctly, did I roll it twice?
You both do, actually.
Okay.
Rangers. The new Rangers get advantage on initiative all the time. Congratulations.
There we go.
Second roll again?
Yep, you take the higher.
Yeah, could you change mine to 13? Because the first time I didn't click on my character, then I got a 1.
Yes. And then Drusilla's got a 15.
Yeah, 15.
Alright, and Gozer, can I just get you to select your token and roll again? Because it didn't show up. I'll just give you your 4. I know you're really excited about that.
Love it.
Sorry. Wah, wah.
No.
And then we'll go with... There we go. And he's gonna get... Ooh, he's looking good. He gets a -1. So... Ash, you are up first.
No.
You didn't
Because
choose
you get to go first, you have advantage on the attack roll.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and use my oath bow.
Okay.
And I'm going to whisper in Elfish. Sweet defeat to my enemies. And I'm going to make him my
Whispers
favorite.
back whatever it's supposed to whisper
Yeah.
back. So,
Yeah.
I don't remember what that is. So,
All right. And I am Also going to infuse it with fire.
Okay.
So here's my first attack with advantage.
A 24 will definitely hit this tree. It's not exactly the most dexterous. It is a tree.
You never know.
That's true. You don't.
So 8 plus 5.
Plus the extra 3d6 from your bow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The fire seems like it's doing an extremely, like an extra amount of damage.
Oh,
Okay. 11. Yeah. So, okay. Alright, that was your first shot. And he's
Here's my
on,
other
the
one.
tree is now on fire.
Woohoo.
It's crying and on fire. Double 28s. Its tears of sap are lighting up. It's crying, burning tears.
Fires going up his tears and burning his eyeball.
And I think it does 3d6 every time you hit, so another 3d6.
Cool. And then plus 11.
hey, you're doing good.
Nice.
It's not a bad first turn. And he's like, he's really angry at this. So, let's see what he's gonna do because Alistair is right next to him. He's going to. Alistair actually hasn't done anything, but you did a crazy amount of damage to him. So he's gonna reach down, and his finger tendrils reach into the soil, and he lifts up with a large rock, and he hurls it right at Ash's head.
Ow.
See, that's what it sounds like. Ooh, does a 16 hit?
16 is my armor class.
Ha! Hit. I could have used my natural 20 then, but I decided not to. I forgot that I had it, so.
Yeah.
So as this rock slams into you, you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
As this rock cascades into you, and that's his turn. So now it is.
And then he catches on fire?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Roll me a d4.
Fire. Fire. Fire.
You love those ones.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, it seems, again, even the little bit of fire that he's taking from being on fire seems like it's doing extra damage. And Drusilla, it is your turn.
I'll attack him. Try. Tries.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an attack. Oh, is it not in descending order? Oh, it's not. There we go.
Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah, it's good. Okay, yeah, 19 will hit, so go ahead and roll damage. You just click longbow in the chat window, and it'll roll the damage. 10 piercing damage. Okay, that was your first
I'll do it
attack.
again.
Sure.
Yeah.
28 will also hit. Damn, guys. For 12. So this guy is riddled with arrows, crying, he's on fire, he's not having a good day.
And I'll attack again.
You only have to, oh, you do because you're a
First turn.
dark
Oh,
stalker.
sorry. Didn't mean to hit that.
Yep, you're
And it's my first turn. So
yeah, you
in
as
battle.
the new kind of range. Yeah, so you get one more.
Yay.
It's only in the first turn of combat, but yeah. Okay, that hits too. Full damage. Jesus, you guys. Alright, he looks rough. He's hurting from... He's just riddled with arrows. Even though he's a tree, you wouldn't think arrows would hurt him as much as they do.
22.
Rurik, it's your turn.
Okay, I go up to it, and I'm gonna try and hit it with my warhammer.
Okay, roll me an attack roll with your warhammer. A 13 misses. However,
Aw.
I'm gonna need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Block.
Okay, you actually make it, which is good for you. You dodge out of the way as you see its tears crying. It, like, as you swing, the tears start to come off of its face and they hit the ground and sizzle as the acid burns through into the earth.
Okay. And as a bonus action, I'm gonna spawn my spiritual weapon.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, that one hit.
Well, 14 misses. So the spiritual hammer swings as well. and misses. You see the acid come off the eyes and go for the hammer, but they just go through it. Alistair. Stare.
All right. Since I have a lot of bonus action things, I'm just gonna drink my potion of heroism.
Okay.
As my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
10 temporary hit points and a bless spell upon me.
Yep.
I'll pull out my long sword and get it twice.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
16 hit?
Nope, but you do have a D4 that you add to that attack.
Oh, yes,
roll
yes.
From your bless. Hey, guess what? 17 is
17.
AC. So you hit.
Nice. So I just click this long
Yeah, just
sword.
click longsword, yeah, and it rolls 11.
11.
Yep. Did you want to activate? You didn't activate your blood right, by the way. Your crimson right, where you cut yourself.
That's a bonus action.
Oh, you're right.
So I took a bonus action to drink.
Sure. Okay.
And then I will hit again for 22.
That will also hit.
For 9 points of slap.
Alrighty. He looks very rough. This guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess
What's up?
to attack. Never mind. It didn't matter for the.
Yeah, it's only
heroism.
attacks. However, I am going to need you to make 2 dexterity saving throws.
Right.
Both of these do have a D4 as well. You're going to
So
need
I'll
it,
just-
so...
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. You can't make it with the even with a 4.
2 and
Nope.
13.
So you are going to take... Hey, you know how you love D12s? Guess what? 5 points of acid damage, and then 11 points of acid damage.
All right.
And it is on the acidic sap is stuck to your armor and your skin, and it is sizzling away. You feel like on your next turn, if you don't use an action to wipe these tears off, it's going to continue to burn your skin. So,
Fantastic.
Ash, it's your turn.
Alright, for a bonus action, I'm going to drink a greater hero potion.
Okay. Sure.
So it's a plus 11. And then I'm going to use the oath bow.
Okay. Go ahead and make a shot. Natural, here it is, folks.
Wow.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
Here it comes.
Light, I'm going to need you to roll me another natural. Roll me another attack roll. Too bad that both of those are wasted. So you just miss. You miss.
Such a shame.
Now you can roll your next attack. 27 hits. Oh man, that was funny. 6 piercing. Turns out that's actually enough to fell this guy. 6 alone.
Yeah,
Wow.
nice.
And you take down this weeping treant, but the commotion has awakened other creatures in the swamp. So, I'm gonna need you all to make me perception checks.
Do I really need to?
I guess it's too
Yes.
late to do...
20.
All right.
19 for me.
19.
Alrighty,
I see nothing.
guys, we got another donation. So
Oh.
maybe this will change what I'm gonna tell you. You find. Who knows?
Also,
Another critical.
could
hit
I
for me.
use... Could I use Pass Without Trace?
You could have, but you didn't.
Yeah, I could have. I forgot.
So, let's see. There's a specific creature that I'm looking for. And I don't remember its name, which will make this a little bit difficult. Give me 1 sec, guys, as I look this up. But in the meantime, you guys can donate to the Extra Life stream to give us critical hits, critical misses, add a creature, add an NPC. Gourdon wasn't an NPC that was added, but he showed up. Think what else you could add. Does Gourdon have family? Are they still alive? Does he have a brother, a sister, a son, a daughter, a grandmother? A mentor who taught him
Is
the
he
ways of the gourd.
eternal?
Yeah,
You can just decide whatever you want.
It's true. Go for it. Shit, where the hell is this thing? Well, I can't find it, so we're going on the fly here. As you guys are dealing with the tree from the swampy water nearby, a creature erupts from the swampy water, having been feeling the disturbances through the ground, and what can only be described as a troll. However, this troll has gills on the side. It has a much more bluish green tint to it, much longer claws, and seems to be amphibious in some way as it erupts out and attacks you guys. We're going to add it in the initiative order. We'll just keep it with the same as the Ent, because Ash just went with her attacks. So next up, he gets to go, because why not? Surprise! And he's right next to the water, so he's going to swing at Rurik. And because I only get one an hour, guess who gets a natural 20 on him?
Nice.
Okay.
So
I have adamantine armor.
yeah, I know, but I gotta get rid of it. So you're gonna take regular damage
Yeah.
because you have adamantine armor. So that's a thing that happens. You're gonna take 15 points of slashing damage.
And I'm gonna use my reaction on him.
Okay. So go ahead and what is that?
It's a dex saving of 15.
So he's got that.
Okay, so he takes
Half damage.
yeah. Just let me roll that. So 3.
3 damage. Thunder or lightning? Actually, it doesn't matter, so never mind. So then he's gonna swing with his other claw at you for a 20, which is your armor class.
Yeah, that hits.
So for another 11 points of damage. And now I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Ouch.
You don't have any rerolls, do you?
Nope.
Nope. Great. So, your weapon right now has a permanent -1 to all damage rolls, as the claws of this troll scratch it up. And just as a point of fact, that can stack, and if he stacks it high enough, it will destroy the weapon outright. And then he's gonna move a little bit, and he's gonna go for... Well, you moved up to hit it, right? To hit the other guy. So he's gonna go for Alistair with a bite attack and see how he does. 22?
22 hits.
Alright, you're gonna take 7 points of slashing damage. Slashing damage? Piercing damage from... They switched that by the bite.
Ooh.
And that is his turn. It is now Drew's turn.
I'll cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Alright, so
And
go ahead and make your attacks.
attack twice.
Okay. What do we got? Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it most days. 28. Plus a d6 for your Hunter's Mark.
Wow.
10. Nice.
I'll attack again.
Sure. Yep, 17 will hit. Seven plus d6. Alright.
And 1.
Gotcha.
Okay. Also use Hail of Thorns.
You could have, but that would have had to have been before you attacked for it to be useful. If that makes sense. Because it's, yeah. You could have, but it only does rate, like, it blasts out damage, and there's only one guy, so it actually only hurt your allies. So.
I thought it. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Next up is Rurik. What would you like to do?
Is my spiritual weapon still up?
Yep.
Okay. So first I'm gonna do Spirit Guardians.
Okay. So he's gonna make a wisdom.
And nominate all my allies as safe.
Okay. So he fails horribly. So he takes 13 points of radiant damage. Math things. Gotcha. All right. So you cast Spirit Guardians. He's now in the Spirit Guardians. Go ahead and make me a spiritual weapon attack roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit. Go ahead and roll. All right, 9 points as your spiritual hammer smashes into this guy. It is now Alistair's turn.
I had a question about one of my blood curses.
Sure.
All it says is makes a saving throw. It doesn't say which saving throw.
Which one is it?
Purgation.
I think it's your spell save. It's
Spell DC.
yeah, probably.
So that would be.
Let me just check. Said.
Because as a bonus action, you can manipulate the vitality of a creature within 30 feet by basically giving corruption in their blood. The target creature can immediately make a saving throw against a poison condition affecting.
Oh, that's to help your team. It's if one of your teammates is poisoned, they make a saving throw against the poison.
Oh,
to purge it
okay.
from their blood. And if you amplify it, you can use it to get rid of blinded, deafened, or paralyzed.
Gotcha. Okay. I thought I could impose that on someone.
No. But
Well,
good call.
In that case, I'm going to use my action to wipe the tears.
Yeah. All right.
Wipe away the tears from me. And as a bonus action, I am going to. I don't think it really matters anyway, but why not? I'm going to change into my lichen form.
Okay. You have done so. So you see Alistair kind of shift his form, shifting into that of a. Is it a bear?
Bear.
Into a werebear form. So.
Oh. Oh.
Growing in size, shoulders like bulking up, and he's now a werebear holding this weapon. That is his turn. Ash, it is your turn.
Okay. Trying to think. Well, I'm gonna make him my favorite enemy.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna have to check because I feel like the oath bow, it's a limited use. Just so you know.
It says when your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one after the next. Oh, after the next dawn. Okay, so never mind. So I can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just hit it regularly with it, and I am going to infuse it with fire.
So okay, perfect. So go ahead. A 23 will hit. So go ahead and roll me your damage.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Another. Well, no.
Which is good because you noticed last turn when it went that its wounds were sealing up and it was regenerating. But now it doesn't appear to be doing that anymore.
Perfect.
With fire damage.
Alright, cool.
So you still have one more attack.
Natural
All right,
20.
folks. Here we go. Will she get to use the critical hit or critical fumble table. Light, I'm going to need you to make me another attack roll. If it hits, you're rolling.
Okay.
That
22.
hits. So, I need you to make me a percentile roll, and you're going to add 6 to this roll.
+6.
Mm-hmm.
96.
96. Okay. You, having hit this in the perfect opportune spot, the creature arcs back. Whoever gets to make their next attack roll against it, it's an automatic critical hit. The creature, as it does this, some of the spray and the fire from your arrow hits it, flips up into its eyes. It is now considered blinded, and I will need you to roll damage. It is triple damage, not double damage.
Ooh.
Oh, so how do you
Just
want me to
roll,
roll the damage?
go ahead and roll your Oathbow damage.
Oh, where it's
So click
the natural
Oathbow.
20? Okay.
Yep. So that's 9 plus 7. We're gonna add roll me an. Oh, we're gonna need a calculator. Roll me another d8. So that was that. Now roll me 9d6 for your Oathbow. Oh no, it doesn't have the Oathbow damage. That's right.
No, it doesn't. Mm-mm.
So instead of
But
doing,
it does have the fire, right?
well, the fire was... Yeah, it does. Or no, the fire was on the last arrow because you
that's right.
infused it. So
Yeah.
it will do 18 points of piercing damage
Wow.
with that attack. Had it been the Oathbow, you would have been rolling another 96 on top of that. So, but you're starting to get a feel for what you're looking at for rolling critical hits on this table. So you do 18 points of damage to this guy. And that was your secondary attack. So now it's his turn. I'm going to need you to roll me a d4 for your fire damage.
Uno.
You're great at this. You know what? The 1 fire damage is keeping him from regenerating. So congrats. So
It's like every time
Mm-hmm.
we roll extra damage, it's just one. Just one, no extra, just one.
So he is angry because of you wrecking his day and setting him on fire, and he knows that doesn't allow him to regenerate. So with his 8 intelligence, he is running full speed at you.
He needs to do my spirit guardians
Oh, you're
before.
right. He does need to make a wisdom saving throw, which he passes, but he still takes 9 points of radiant damage. So that happens, and then he goes running after you, Light. So Rurik, Alistair, who's got a higher dexterity?
My dexterity is 14.
11.
All right, Alistair, you get a hit. It's an automatic critical because of Light's
Ooh.
attack. So
Awesome. And since I'm in lichen form, I get an extra 1 to the damage.
So whatever attack roll you would roll, it's an automatic critical hit.
Cool.
Good thing.
Thank God.
Yes, that's very
So
good.
it's an automatic crit. So I'm gonna need you to roll me another attack roll. And that would hit, so guess who gets to roll on this table, because it's an automatic crit. Go ahead and roll me a percentile and add 6.
1d100 plus 6. 45.
45. So it's just a regular crit, and it actually doesn't come into effect too much, but this would ignore all resistances to damage. He doesn't have any, but... So it's just a regular crit, so that is 14 plus another d8.
Five.
19 points. Too bad you didn't have your blood right active.
Plus 1 would be 20.
Correct, 20. And you did not have your Crimson Right active right now, because that would have just been more double damage. Okay, so that was a free... Your opportunity attack was a free critical hit, which you got. Now, Rurik, you also get an opportunity attack against him, which is not an auto crit. 20 will hit, so go ahead and roll your damage.
It's 19, because I forgot to put the -1.
Okay, that's fine.
Still
hits.
hits?
Yep, still hits. for 9 damage. Okay, so he's.
Oh wait, no, it's on the damage, so it's fine.
Yeah, right. So it's 8 damage. Correct. Okay, so that's fine. He's hurting. He's looking pretty rough as he runs over to Ash, and he's going.
Is he blind?
Oh yeah, he's blind, so he's stumbling over there. But he's a troll. He has advantage on smells. Actually, I didn't make that up. That's what it says. So.
So do I.
However, he's running. He got hit by a bow and saw a bow, but he runs right at Drusilla again because he smells pumpkin spice and he associates. It's a very strong, powerful smell for someone with advanced smell. So he runs at Drusilla instead and makes 3 attacks against her. So, natural 20.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. I didn't even need to use the one that I
is.
got against you.
Yeah, but would it be a
Well, now-
disadvantage?
Oh, it would
Would
be.
it be
It would be at disadvantage. You're right. Good catch, Light. So you're right. You're right. It's a 21, but that still hits. I'm assuming. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Good catch, Light.
hit.
13 points of slashing damage,
You're welcome.
and then he's.
I
gonna-
gotta, take care of my ranger friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
PSLs are your downfall, indeed. The next attack is a 17. Does that hit? Amy, 17.
Hit.
Okay.
Can't you hear me?
I couldn't until just now. So that's another 14 damage. And he goes with his bite attack for another 17. And that is
Gets hit.
another 8 points of damage. That's his turn.
Oh yeah, and then plus 4.
No, we already did that at the beginning of the turn.
Did we do it at the beginning?
Yeah, he just had opportunity attacks because he ran away.
For the fire.
Yeah, you did one at the start of his turn. It's just there were 2 opportunity
Okay.
attacks that happened, so it made it seem.
Okay, never mind.
So, Drusilla, it is your turn though.
Oh.
Hmm?
So I could actually hit him. I'll move away so
Okay.
I can actually shoot at him.
Okay, so he will get an opportunity attack against you when you move. At disadvantage because he's blind.
Oh.
So, a 12, I'm assuming misses. So, you can move away safely, and then you can go ahead and shoot at him.
Misses.
Yep. So go ahead and make your attacks. Or not.
Nope, we lost her.
Yep. So, in the meantime,
Where'd she go?
guys, you can donate to the Extra Life page, and she's back. $601 raised, by the way, folks.
All right. Awesome.
We are well past my goal of $500. All the donations go to the kids, and we have had some interesting things happen so far. So it's only getting better. Go ahead, Amy, and make your 2 attacks. If you can hear me.
Attack him twice.
Okay.
Should I also do Hail of Thorns?
Again, Hail of Thorns would
It won't really.
it would do damage
Yeah.
to your group.
It wouldn't ever. So.
Oh, Amy,
Yeah.
just so you know, I had someone send a you get a natural 20.
Oh
So
my god.
you can choose to use that when you want, but you have to use it before you roll. You say, instead of rolling, I'm going to take a natural 20. So
I'll keep it for now, maybe until a safer or more important point.
okay, so go ahead and roll your 2 attacks.
Oh. That's
So-
1
Yep, that hits. For
plus my 1d6.
Yep, for Hunter's Mark. 4. Okay,
And I'll attack again.
alright.
Or should I drink a potion because I'm very low on health?
You can drink a potion as a bonus action, so you can still attack if you want.
Okay. I'll take it if it comes up.
Alright, you're really roboting, but that's fine. 22 does hit, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, that seems very laggy, actually.
Well, it turns out that 13 was actually enough to down this troll.
Huh.
And because he took fire damage at the start of his turn, thanks to Ash's fire arrow, he doesn't automatically come back to life and start regenerating health. So he is dead, and he kind of slumps down on the road in front of this tree. So, what do you guys do?
I'll take a potion of healing.
Okay, go ahead and roll for your heals.
I'm
How's
gonna.
the health? Because I can do a group healing.
I'm at.
Good you.
I'm at 43. Yeah, I need some help.
I need
I'm
help.
23.
I revert back to human form.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do. I think it's prayer of healing.
Yeah, it'll take a little while, but you guys can use that time to...
Yeah, it's 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, so while you guys are kind of searching the bodies and stuff like that, you can cast Prayer of Healing. It's 2d8 plus your Wisdom mod, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll search the tree.
Okay. Make me a perception check. Alright, so everybody gets... we're going to count that as one of your plus ones as well. So everybody gets 14 HP. Back. Light, you will find amongst the tree something. Actually, not much. Actually, you don't find anything with a 9. Sorry, or 10.
Could I,
My mistake.
could I look around as well?
Sure.
A regular healing potion's 2d4 plus.
Correct. There actually is a macro for it. I built one. If you click the cog wheel on the top right, you can choose to turn the macro on and just roll it automatically. I have one for each level of healing potion in there.
Cool.
I mean, I get a third healing from the healing.
Alright, so you get 7 HP from that.
Oh, how much was the healing again? Total, what he did?
14.
15. Yeah, 14. Never mind.
Perfect. That brings me back. Cool.
I'll drink a potion as well because I think I need it.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna drink it.
Sure.
I'll do cure wounds on myself.
Okay. So it's a d8 plus your mod plus 1. So 12 HP to you. Light inside the tree, or actually Drusilla inside the tree because Ash couldn't find anything. She was like, this is a tree, it's gross.
It's ridiculous because my perception, whatever.
That was just a bad
Hate
roll.
this game.
You reach in and you find a vine, Drusilla, a vine that as you take it out, it snakes around your bow, up and down the length of your bow.
Nice.
And in doing so, it adds a feature to your bow. It becomes
What?
a penetrating bow. Everybody get the laugh out
Pen-
now because it's there. So, as with this bow, as an action, you can shoot an arrow in an aura of force, and it will shoot straight in a 100-foot line. And any creature in that line needs to make a dex save or take 48 piercing damage.
Boom.
Is it whenever I shoot or when I chose to?
When you choose to shoot, but once it's been used, you have to wait till the next dawn to use it again.
To next what?
Dawn?
Oh, okay.
So you
So
pour
every
back and it
day
shoots a
I
line, and every creature within
I'll be
100
right back.
Yep. And that 100-foot line needs to make a dex save equal to your spell save, whatever that normally is, or take 48 piercing damage.
Okay. I'll also search the troll if I could.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah. I'll look again.
Okay, go
See
ahead,
if I
both
can-
make me perception checks.
13.
I feel so bad for you, Light. I mean, it's just...
Right?
It's been rough. Light needs something, guys. Send her something. I don't know what.
Needs help. What's that?
What was that?
That was some door. Let's
This is
see.
my door.
Yeah, you guys find on the troll. He's got a necklace with a bunch of finger bones on it. Pretty disgusting.
What fingers?
They are waterlogged, soggy, prunic, bloated fingers. However, on one of the fingers is a ring.
Ooh.
Actually, on two of the fingers, there are rings.
Ooh.
Am I
One.
done doing my healing?
What?
Am I done healing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
So
guys
I'm
find
gonna
two
detect
rings,
magic.
but nobody has detect magic, I don't think. Or maybe
I do.
Okay, so you
I
can
do.
tell that both of these rings are magical, we'll say, because you can cast it as a ritual. We'll just get that out of the way. But one, Light, roll me a d30.
Could I test
D30?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
One.
Yeah, Light, roll me a d30 as well. And you can cast Cure Wounds, Amy, sure.
24.
Myself then.
One.
That's so low.
You know what? Screw it. There's 3 rings. Haha. One of the rings, you don't know what it does. You have to attune to it. The other rings, Jal, you find a ring with an infinity symbol on it, and on the other side is a question mark. Light, you find a ring with an infinity symbol on it, and the other side is a little picture of a campfire.
Oh.
Who wants the third ring and tries it on?
Oh wow.
The third ring, you don't know what it does. Because
I don't mind trying it on, but
Can I do
Alistair
an
wants it.
Arcana or history to try and know which one of the infinity rings it is?
I've got no interest in jewelry.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
guys can keep heading north. Well, you can do this as you walk. And keep
Oh.
heading north.
I'll take
Uh,
the ring
okay.
then. But
So, as you're heading north, you guys are going to make it to the town, we'll say, of Thornhold, which is where there's dogs.
apparently,
In the
Heal!
in the town of Thornhold. And it's just rampant with dogs, apparently.
dogs
Some would say
better.
that this town has gone to the dogs. Yeah.
Pharrell, anyone?
So, you guys get there. It's a small town. You're able to restock and replenish. You get a long rest. Everybody gets their HP back and their spells back on the time once you get there. Amy, you having held on to this ring for a while. This is a ring of protection.
Yay!
It's a +1
I
to
have
your
two.
AC and a +1 to all your saves.
Nice.
Um,
So I actually have 2 protection things.
yeah. And then the other rings, you guys got to put them on and basically try them out.
Oh my god.
So that's how infinity rings work.
All right. So, I look at Rorik.
So
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, or just go ahead and do it together?
Mine seems more dangerous than yours, so I'll go first.
Okay.
They're just rings.
so
Because we wouldn't want
Magic rings.
two people being incapacitated.
so you put on this ring with the question mark on it, and you think to yourself, huh, you know what? The town of Thornhold, I'm pretty sure the town of Thornhold was formed by a guy named Warren Thorne who loved dogs. That's crazy. This is the infinity ring of trivial knowledge.
Oh my
You
god.
know obscure information about everything in the world, but none of it is helpful.
Yay.
That's great.
Light, this ring, as you put it on You see like a campfire that's gone out, and you point at it, and the ring ignites and lights the campfire. This is the infinity ring of fire. It can only start and put out campfires or torches, but nothing
Or
else.
torches?
Torches or campfires, but nothing else.
Just imagine the chaos you're gonna cause. Oh no, the lights down.
Also,
Fire everywhere.
you will notice as you two get close with the rings, they were on the outside of the troll's necklace. They almost repel each other as if by a magnetic force. Realizing the most you could ever wear is 2 infinity rings on other hands because they just want to. Like, you can't actually clap because it's like strong magnets and pushes them
Unless you want to
away.
lose your hands. Lose some fingers.
Yes.
Just on your
So,
foot.
as you get into the town, funny enough, there's an Emerald Enclave facility here in the town. Who would have thought it?
Hi.
Nice.
Because that's a thing that happens in this
Every
town.
3 hours.
And you guys make your way into this tavern, and you see some people there. I don't know who. I'll tell you in a second once I find out.
Is this the one town that has the druid?
Nope, that is
That's
Phandalin.
okay.
That's the town where... And Gourdon goes, yes, Phandalin, town with the druid. Do not forget me, for I have been here the whole time.
No.
I'm happy we heard him talk.
Yeah, he's not much for the combat. Go figure.
Yeah, you know. Who knew?
There is somebody else who will describe once he shows up here in the next little bit. But he also looks in a similar vein to Alistair, but not exactly. Because he is also a blood hunter, but we're going to get to that once he shows up. However, you hear, Alistair, somebody comes up to you, actually. Let's say this guy, because he's a blood hunter. Of a different order, but he comes up to you, and he says to you, that there has been rumors in a town, or in the Southwoods, which is a town to the east of where you are, or a forest to the east of where you are. There has been rumors of a tribe of werewolves spreading their affliction and causing havoc to a group of elves that live in the forest. And he only knows a little about you from what he's heard from the other blood hunters, but that he thought it might be interesting to you to know that.
That is interesting.
So,
What is, kind of talking, like we're sitting there talking back and forth. I tell him a little bit about this party, and I guess he sounds interested in going with them.
yeah, you'd be surprised how interested he is. Interested enough that he might show up and hang around with them for a couple of hours,
Yeah.
theoretically speaking.
So I turn to the rest of the group, and I guess we can roleplay this into the next one, kind of, but I'll introduce him.
Mhm.
And basically say, well, this is why we part. It's been a memorable experience, but perhaps
Yes, memorable.
kind of roll in his eyes. Perhaps our paths will cross down later. Who knows?
It's a role-playing situation, so you guys are more than welcome to
Yeah.
chime in.
I hope we do meet again once. It was a pleasure having you around.
It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure's mine.
It was good fighting with you.
Yes.
And you as well.
Stay safe on your travels.
I will. And you on yours. And I look over to Ash. Good luck. I wish you Godspeed. Can I turn around?
Not that it's gonna come up unless you can somehow magically come back, Go Zero. We do have a spot at 9 a.m., I think, or at 6 a.m. tomorrow if you're really bored.
Yeah. will be
Nice.
not available.
All right, yeah, it's 6 a.m. tomorrow. However,
It'd be 5 a.m. my time.
yes, it would be. We do, however, at this point, guys, we are at a good breaking point. Thought there was going to be a little bit more combat, but that scenario with the thieves in the woods went very strangely, not at all like I anticipated. So,
Do something, bro. Do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Come on.
yeah, they.
Totally missed it.
Yep, that's fine.
I didn't even get to show my blood hunter stuff because I have too much bonus action and stuff.
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, the best use of a detect thoughts things I've seen in quite a while. Yeah. So you guys, well, everybody here, Hellstare included, although he's not coming back in the foreseeable future, everybody gains a level. So Alistair's now level 7. In case we ever come back to revisit this, possibly on next year's extra live stream, who knows? You're now.
That'd be
I
interesting.
mean, at the very least, you're level 7. Everybody else here is level 7. You get extra health. You get, whatever else comes with your classes at level 7. You get in the next 4th level spells, Rurik. The Rangers get their stuff. But we'll talk about that kind of on the break when we're going back and forth doing stuff. Since Gozira was only here for these 3 hours, why don't we have, once again, you remind us about where we can find you on the internet, and also your thoughts and opinions on the game and things, and what you think about advice you'd give to anybody else who's playing and going forward.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I am Gozira. I am, I guess, taking over for Roll, where we do Dungeons and Dragons every week. You can find us on the little bot thing right there. We showcase every Monday so far for Lights Game at 9 EST. If you want to follow our Twitter and you have a Twitter, it's Roll. We send out news and stuff, and on October 12th, I believe, is when we're starting season 3 for Roll, No Honor Among Thieves, which is going to be an interesting campaign. If I'd give any advice, it would be that don't be scared to fight and have fun with it. Thank you everyone who's donated while I was here. It was awesome. We've already made our goal, so that's cool, but keep it going because there's a lot of cool things that could happen from your donation. So, and it's going to a very, very good cause.
Absolutely. I will say I'll let you, since you didn't use your reroll of a natural 1, I will let you pass that on to one of the other 3 players that are here.
You know what? As giving a handshake to a fellow blood hunter, I pass my reroll for a natural 1 onto the fellow blood hunter that is going to be coming up on the next one.
Homer, when you get in here, you're going to have a reroll of a natural 1 right off the bat. All right. Well, thank you again, Gozira, for coming out and playing for 3 hours. It was interesting. We got to see some new monsters from the Tome of Beasts, the Lake Troll, and the Weeping Treant.
And if you want to see more creatures, go ahead and donate because they can come out like that.
That's true. $25, any monster of challenge rating 10 or less. $50, and you get to homebrew design a monster of your own creation, and I will fit it into the story.
Make it gourds.
Or $100, any monster at all comes into the game. Which I may be reserving for later since I do have a $300 donation to do with one. So,
there you go.
We are going to we're going to take a short break here while the group here levels up, and we'll bring in Evil Homer, or we'll figure out whatever Alex, I believe is his character's name. We'll bring him in, and we're going to take a short break. Bio breaks for everybody, drinks, snacks. It's dinner time for those of us on the East Coast. My dogs are probably hungry, although most of them are sleeping right now, just out of frame. But I have a bag of snacks that I need to dive into. So you can also, again, I'll throw the donate link up here in the chat. If you guys want to scroll down to the bottom of the donation link, there are all the things you can do. natural 20s, natural 1s, rerolls, adding mounts, renaming NPCs, adding NPCs from scratch, traps, monsters, deck of many things, wishes, think whatever you guys are feeling, you can feel free to donate and do that. You don't have to donate, but if you're going to donate to help a good cause, why not fuck with these guys? So, that's all I got to say. So, again, everybody, we will be right back. Gozira, it's been a blast.
It's been fun.
I'll see you Monday night for choices,
Absolutely.
I think. Right, Light?
Yes. Yes. It will be
All
back.
right.
So,
Well, thank you for having me.
yes,
a lot
of
of
course.
fun.
Yeah. Wish we could have you here longer.
Oh, I know.
So, alright, guys, we will be right back. We're gonna switch over to some catchier music. And we'll be right back.
Yes.
Take care.